Eventually, the shock finally registered with me. A numb feeling spread from the center of my brain almost instantly. Nagito is dead. Even when I saw this before me, I wasn't able to comprehend that reality yet. Looking at it again, it's so brutal. God, look at his legs.
What? No.
Exactly. What's going on here? Is he really dead? He's not pretending to be dead, is he? I mean, it's Nagito, you know? That's right, it's Nagito. He always messed with us. He always tried to confuse us. That's why I can't believe it. Nagito ended up in such a cruel state. Nagito is dead. Deep down I believed that when the killings finally ended, I'd never seen this guy again. I never expected to be looking at Nagito's body like this. Nagito probably thought the same thing. I couldn't help seeing it in his dead, frightened face. But on this island, unbelievably abnormal occurrences happen all the time. Even Nagito couldn't escape the truth. But even something as small as that. The body discovery announcement? Then it's for real. Then Nagito's really dead? It's not just that he's dead. If the body discovery announcement was made, does that mean Nagito was killed? Killed? Plus it's one of us. I mean, that's what it means, right? One of us killed Nagito? One of us killed him so brutally? Then it's going to start again? Huh? The class trial's going to start soon, right? Then... Yep, we gotta do it. We gotta find out who Nagito's killer is. No matter who you guys sacrifice, you're determined to survive and leave this island, right? And the time for action is now. So, allow me to give you the familiar Monokuma fight. Hold it right there. What? Don't get in my way like that. I was about to whip out the Monokuma file in such a cool way. Shut up. I can't stand this anymore. How much longer are you going to keep putting them through this? No more. I won't let you. I'll make sure I'll pulverize your evil intentions. Say something. Oh, now I remember who you are. You're Monami. You just now noticed? Anyway, Monami, if you're going to talk about my intentions, why don't you talk about yours first? Huh? What are your intentions anyway? Why are you keeping everyone cooped up on this island? I'm sure everyone here wants to know too, you know. What? No fair, you're shutting up too. Enough already. We already have enough to deal with concerning Nagito. Please don't say anything else that'll confuse us. Anyway, let's begin. But... I mean, in the end we still have to do it, right? As long as the killing happens, we can't do anything about it, right? We have no choice but to do it, right? Besides, it's our fault we couldn't even prevent it. I know. That's the only way we can survive, right? Looks like you kids are way more well-behaved than Monami. Don't fuck with me. We're tired of this too, you know. That's why I'll definitely make sure to finish this good for good this time. Aw, does this mean you guys are getting bored of the school trip? Don't worry, the end's near. Huh? The end? Don't make a face like a pig that's about to become bacon. You've already noticed it, right? The meaning behind the Monokuma timer. I guess there's only 2 days left, huh? When that timer reaches 0, 2 days from now, what'll happen to us? The killing school trip will be over. If this will finally be over, does that mean we can go home? Don't count your bears before they've hatched. There's still something you gotta do before that, right? So, once again, you guys need to find out who Nagito's killer is and survive the class trial. If this ends here, there won't be an afterward at all. Okay, do your best. Hold on. I won't let you escape this time. Wait right there. What do you guys think? If the school trip's nearly at an end, it's safe to think we can go home, right? Kazuichi, I understand how you feel, but we need to focus on Nagito's case first. Even if we can go home, it'll be the end for us if we screw up here. Now let's hurry up and solve Nagito's case so we can all go back home. It's nice to think everyone can go home, but that's impossible, right? I mean, someone in this room killed Nagito. There's a killer among us. The weight of those words began to sink into me. That was true of the previous cases, but was it really true this time? No matter how much I tried, I couldn't believe it. Because the victim was Nagito? Because his death was so abnormally cruel? No, it wasn't just that. There was something more to it than that. And whatever it was stuck inside me. First, we need to look at the Monokuma file. The victim is Nagito Komaeda. The body was discovered inside the warehouse near the Monokuma plushie factory. The estimated time of death is believed to be noon sharp. Not only is there a spear stabbed into his stomach, there are multiple stab wounds on each of his thighs. Furthermore, there's a laceration on his left arm and a knife impaled through his right hand. What a tragic situation. Just reading this is making me depressed. How do you think I feel? Is there something wrong with this Monokuma file? Again? But what's wrong with it? Not only is there a spear stabbed through his stomach, there's multiple stab wounds on each of his thighs. Furthermore, there's a laceration on his left arm and a knife impaled through his right hand. It's definitely weird. Well, I guess I'll find out if I look around. That's what the investigation's for. Don't worry or form conclusions on your own. That makes me more worried than I should be. We can discuss it later. Right now is our only chance to investigate. So we should investigate first. If we don't, there won't be anything for us to discuss. Well, I guess you're right. Then let's get started with the area surrounding Nagito's body. I should start with the back of the warehouse. Since the curtain blocked most of the water, this area wasn't affected by the sprinklers that much. Thanks to that, I can properly investigate Nagito's body. I never thought I'd have to investigate Nagito's body. Trust me, I know the feeling. He probably didn't expect to end up like this either. Jeez, that is just really, that is so sad, the way he went out. I never expected Nagito to die like this. He's always spouting nonsense about hope and trying to confuse the hell out of us. But even so, dying like this is just too cruel. Also, he wasn't completely useless. There were times we were only able to reach the truth because of him. But everything good and everything bad about him is gone. We'll never be confused by him again. We'll never be saved by him again. No, now isn't the time to think about unnecessary things. I need to focus on the investigation right now. For now, I need to investigate everything about this body that catches my eye. Well, I have to look at his face, because God, his eyes are scaring me. He must have been in great pain. He clearly had this agonizing look on his face when he died. His mouth is covered from duct tape. Was this to keep Nagito from screaming for help? Jeez, what a horrible look on his face. The blood splattered all over it doesn't help either. It's a good thing his mouth's covered with duct tape, otherwise I wouldn't be able to look at him. Got a minute? Sorry, excuse me. Chiaki moved past Kazuichi and me, squatted down next to Nagito's face. In one swift movement, she ripped the duct tape off his mouth. What the? Hey, what are you doing? It'll be fine. I'll put it back right away once I'm done investigating here.
Yeah.
Putting the tape back isn't the issue, you ungrateful swine. You're gonna get cursed. The blood on Nagito's face. Looks like it mostly came from the slice on his left arm. If that's the case... It's no use. She's not listening. Hey, about the blood splatter on his face. There's no blood under the duct tape. Then what's wrong with that? This duct tape has crinkles, like it was sticking toward the inside of his mouth, right? Nagito was probably desperately moving his mouth under the duct tape. Seriously, what's wrong with that? She means Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape before he got all those wounds on his body. So he tried to shout, which caused the duct tape to get sucked into his mouth a bit. But what's wrong with that? Is that something we really need to worry about? I don't really get it, but just put the duct tape back on his mouth already. Yeah, you're right. Anyway, this might be some kind of clue. I should remember it. A level 50, hell yeah. Okay, so he was duct taped before. But what's the significance of that? He was trying to talk. Someone duct taped him, and then he died. Then the burnt rope. Nagito's right wrist is tied with tape. But it looks like the tip of that rope was burnt off. Could this be a result of the fire? But that's weird. If the rope's burned off like this, why are Nagito's clothes completely unaffected by the fire when he was so close to the blaze? I guess we'll find out. The knife stabbed through his right hand. Did the killer do this? How could they do something so cruel? This knife, it must be from the military base. Military base? Now that you mention it, you're right. Looks like a survival knife. By the way, it seems like the wounds on his legs and left arm were caused by that same knife. Which means, after the killer was finished stabbing Nagito's legs and left arm, they stabbed the knife through his right hand? And then they finished him off with the spear. How cruel. Then, does that mean the killer went to the trouble of using two weapons, a knife and a spear? But they could have just killed him by stabbing him with a knife. Why do they need to use the spear at all? That is definitely strange. Was there a reason they had to use it? A reason they had to use the spear, huh? It's definitely weird, but this is from the castle. And then the... what's this? A spear with a flashy ornament is impaled deeply into Nagito's stomach. There's no way around it. That looks like the fatal wound. Oh my, what's this? Such a strange looking spear, isn't it? Huh. Sorry, I'm tired. The core extends from the tip of the handle, and there's an iron weight attached to it. I see. You use the cord as a whip to capture the enemy and deliver the final blow with the spear. Is this your first time looking at this too? Of course not. This is the spear of Gungnir, right? You definitely just came up with that now. By the way, I wanted to ask you, where did that spear come from? I feel like I saw it at Nezumi Castle. What? Nezumi Castle? I was designed to be afraid of mice, so I can't go in there. Damn you mice. Damn you all to hell. I see. Even he doesn't know what's inside that castle. Well, more importantly, I need to focus on the investigation. The spear definitely catches my eyes, but the weight on the end of the cord coming out of the handle... it looks like that part has blood on it too. But for some reason, this section of cord doesn't have blood on it. It's about the size of a human fist. It's strange that this section of the cord doesn't have blood on it. Also, Chiaki mentioned this earlier, but apparently the spear came from Nezumi Castle. Might be better if I confirm that later. Alright, well that's done. Game, I think you're a little confused. These are thighs. Both of Nagito's legs are tied up. Each rope's tied to the pillars nearby. He wouldn't have been able to move at all. According to Monokuma, the wounds on his legs are all stab wounds. Does it mean the killer didn't just tie Nagito up, they also stabbed his legs? Why would the killer do something like that? At any rate, it's pretty sadistic. The killer must have been holding a huge grudge towards him. Or they might have been torturing him. Torture? Huh? I mean, if they just wanted to kill him, they could have just stabbed him once in the chest, right? If you disregard the spear in his chest, the other wounds were inflicted for other reasons other than killing. Which means the wounds all over Nagito's body were from the killer torturing him? If that's the case, what was the killer trying to make Nagito confess? Was it something that would have led to the traitor? Well, even if this was torture, there's no doubt that the killer must have held a deep grudge toward Nagito. Refusing to let him die easily, I can totally understand a dark impulse like that. But even if they held a grudge against him, would they really have gone this far? I don't know. I really don't. There's a cut on the left on his upper left arm. His legs and right hand have stab wounds, but this wound looks like a slice. That's probably the reason that the wound on his left arm doesn't look that deep compared to the other wounds. Well, regardless, it doesn't change the fact that it's a hideous wound and there's blood everywhere. What's strange? Strange what? Look at the palm of his left hand. I think that blood is formed when his left arm was sliced, but... does the blood splatter look strange? It cuts off right in the middle of his palm. Yeah, it definitely cuts off. Maybe that's as far as the blood could reach when it was splattered. Well, that would explain the blood on his palm, but... There's something else that's strange? When you flip it over and look at the back of his hand... here there's also blood, but only above the middle joint of each finger. You're right. Why is it only on this part? See? It's just as I said, right? It's strange, right? I win. Yeah, sure. You win. But it's definitely strange. What did the killer do to make the blood splatter like this? If I had to guess... the killer had him holding on to the end of the spear that was dangling above him. And when he finally lost strength in his arm, he let go, and it stabbed him. It impaled him in the chest. Because he wouldn't have died of the other wounds. He would have just been in absolute agony. But that would have killed him. So the killer made him kill himself. I guess I'm done with the area surrounding Nagito's body. Jeez, I can't believe I actually investigated such a grisly-looking body. Even I'm surprised at myself. Does this mean I'm used to it? My classmate's dead body is right in front of me, and one of my peers is like the killer responsible. And I have to investigate his death so I can find his killer. Am I used to something as abnormal as that? That would mean I'm becoming abnormal too. Yep. That's how it would be. If only everyone could go home, nothing would make me happier. No, we should finish the class trial, then we can think about what will happen after. You're right. One of us killed Nagito in such a cruel way? It's too bizarre, I can't do anything except laugh. Of course you can't. Oh, Kane, I forgot you were here. It mattered for Gundam's killing it from Hakan's. But it looks like it's different this time. It doesn't matter this time. What doesn't matter? The time! Looks like the time doesn't matter. It was clearly written in the Monokuma file, the time of death was noon sharp. If it was at noon, what were we doing at that time? What were we doing? Well, right now it's... 12:30 p.m.? Cool. So it has a clock function. Then that means Nagito died 30 minutes ago. Huh? It happened that recently? He's totally a fresh kill. Fresh seems like a bad way to describe it. If it happened 30 minutes ago, was it around the time we were struggling with the bombs? You're right, those fake bombs were originally supposed to explode at noon. Which means whoever doesn't have an alibi for that time is Nagito's killer. But this could be like when Nekomaru died. The killer could have also set up some kind of automatic setup. Why did I say setup twice? Also, the crime looks very detailed, so they would have needed time to prepare. Then whoever doesn't have an alibi before we found the bomb is suspicious. Wait, none of us have an alibi for that time. That's when we all split up to search for the bombs. Yeah, that's the problem. See, I was searching the amusement park island. I cannot remember who was searching which island. I'm not freaking out about it like Kazuichi, but I definitely can't stop thinking about it. When the Monokuma timer reaches 0 2 days from now, what's going to happen?
Huh?
What's going to happen? This rotten school trip's going to end, right? We can finally go back home. Carefree to the end. Does that mean you don't think that'll happen? Monokuma might be planning to make us do something after the countdown ends. What do you mean something? He's making us kill each other, you know? What could be worse than that? I don't know. But this is Monokuma we're talking about, you know? There's no way this will end up smoothly with a countdown. Anyway, like you said before, we screw up here, it's the end for us. For now, let's focus on the investigation. We'll think about the countdown after we live through the class trial. Yeah, I know. Then don't bring up strange stuff like that. I mean, it's something we need to think about. She looks like she's deep in thought while staring at the ceiling. What happened? Was there something strange about the ceiling? Yeah, about that sprinkler. That's one of the sprinkler heads that activated to put out the fire. You can see a girder right next to it, right there. Can you see that red streak? Huh? You're right, I definitely see it. It looks like a small red line on the ceiling girder, even though it's, you know, magenta. Is that blood? Blood? The color definitely looks like blood, but there's no way blood could get up there, right? Plus it's in a straight line. That's why I've been staring at it. I think it's strange. It's definitely strange. I should remember this. Okay, so I'm definitely on the right track with how the spear got stabbed in him. Because it lines up perfectly like this. So he was holding it, it was wrapped around this, and then he finally let go and it stabbed him. But what was the reason for him letting go? Oh, Monokuma plushie got stabbed through. Monokuma's dead. There's blood coming out of his stomach. Hey. No response. He's dead, Jim. Just kidding, I'm not dead. Is this one of the life-size plushies that were being produced at the factory? If you're mistaking a plushie for me, then there's something wrong with you. You're a stuffed animal too. Don't put oversized garbage there. It's so misleading. What are you calling oversized garbage? Could this be one of Monokuma's tricks? Then why did he do it? Making a hole like he got stabbed, then going through the trouble of dirtying the hole with blood. Did he try to imitate Nagito's body or something? I had nothing to do with that. Huh? He's probably lying. Seriously, you're always lying. You should just die like that plushie over there. You seem more pissed than usual these days, Monami, but you better watch what you say. If I feel like it, I can wipe you out easily, you know. I won't give in to your threats. I'll fight you until the very end. I'll definitely take back the secret of the world supremacy from Monokuma. Looks like those annoyances are gone. If it wasn't Monokuma's trick, then who did this? Could the killer have done this? If so, is this Nagito's blood? I have no idea how this connects to the incident. Alright, so... Talk to everyone, the the lighter. Ah, this is... It's an oil lighter. This is where the curtains would have been hanging. It also looks like the fire did extensive damage here. If the oil lighter was placed here... Ah, an oil lighter. Somebody probably wanted to keep warm. It's the most foolish thought. This is clearly the cause of the fire. Sonia. Oil lighters can continue to burn even after someone lets go of them. So using that, the curtain was set on fire. Using the oil lighter, huh? Do you think the killer set up some sort of trick with it? The killer probably planned to destroy evidence by setting this warehouse on fire. They caused a fire to destroy evidence? That's the only reason I can think of why a killer would set fire to the crime scene, but... Now then, I guess that's enough investigating the area behind the curtain. The killer's goal wasn't just killing Nagito. There should have been another reason as well. If not, they wouldn't have gone to the trouble of tying him up with rope and covering his mouth with duct tape. Not just that, there's no reason to inflict any wounds other than the fatal one. So, what was the reason? Looks like I better investigate other areas to figure that out. Alright, I should try investigating the other areas inside this warehouse first. Alright. Well, we have this. There's even a speaker plugged into it. But why is this here? Looks like that weird music was playing from there. You know, that music that was blaring when the fire started? Yeah, you're right. Looks like I busted from getting drenched by the sprinklers. There's no mistaking it. That music was playing from the MP3 player. I don't disagree with that, but why was the killer playing music from this? That is very strange. Monokuma Pi... Oh, okay, so it was like dominoes. So we opened the door. No, wait, no. We came in first and then the fire started. Or was the fire started already? I'm not sure. The panel near the curtain in the back is tipped over and burnt. Did the fire do that? But why are they scattered like this? The last time I came here, I seem to recall... They should have been neatly put away. Maybe we're the ones who made this mess? Huh? Look, the tipped over panel by the entrance is really close to the door, right? So maybe the reason these panels are tipped over is... It's fine, I'll open it slowly. No, that's not the problem. Seriously, it'll be fine. With those words, Akane brushed up everyone's warnings and slowly opened the door to the warehouse. Huh? It's not opening? Is there something blocking the door? I can barely open it. I knew it. It's trapped. Seriously, just stop it, okay? Didn't I tell you it'll be fine? I just gotta use a little more force. What happened to opening it slowly? Kinda ignored the protest. Okay, so she hit it, caused a chain reaction, and then the fire started. But then if that's the case, they would have had to set up and have a second way out of the warehouse. Could it be? Was that it? And there's something else I've been wondering. These Monokuma panels are tipped over starting from the entrance to the back of the warehouse, right? They seem to be lying on top of each other in a straight line. Yeah, compared to the other tipped over panels, that line is the only one that's neat and orderly. Isn't this clearly strange? Strange. That means we can speculate this was done intentionally. Okay, so then... Huh. There's still areas I haven't finished... Oh, right. Tons of CDs. All these CDs are all copies of Monokuma's music. These should have been burnt too. Yeah, they should have. Oh, I should probably talk to these people. No, that talks about the time again. Sonia? Looks like Sonia's focused on investigating the warehouse. Which reminds me, there's something I needed to ask her about. Now that we've pretty much finished investigating Nagito's body, I think it's time to ask her. Hey, Sonia, do you have a minute? Yes? What is it? I want to talk to you about when that fake bomb Nagito set in the warehouse exploded. Right before it exploded, you said something like this, right? It's alright, it's not a bomb. Why did you know the bombs were fake? Well, that's not all either. When we were looking for the bombs, why are you at the military base? I thought you were supposed to be searching the central island. Plus, when I called for you, you didn't come to the factory right away. Where were you and what were you doing during that time? Oh, Mai? Do you suspect me? It's a misunderstanding. I'm not the killer. Jesus, shit, you son of a bitch! Sonia! Don't say those things! Even though I say them on a regular basis, I'm a bad influence on you. I'm so sorry. Sonia? I'm terribly sorry, I was panicking. I shall calm down and explain to you why I was at the military base. When I first explored the final island, I discovered a vast amount of bombs there. Huh? At first I was worried that someone might use them for nefarious reasons if I announced it to everyone. So I kept silent the whole time. Does that mean when you heard Nagito planted bombs, you got suspicious and went to investigate them? And as I suspected, the bombs disappeared. I thoroughly searched for them inside the military base, but the bombs were nowhere to be found. And because you were searching for them, you were late when we all gathered? And because of that, I reached a conclusion. The bombs Nagito brought were from the military base, which means they were fake bombs. How did you find out that the bombs in the military base were fake? Because I attempted to use one of them. What? I thought one of the bombs would be strong enough to blast open the door to the ancient ruin. At the time, I still believed the bombs were real. And I thought I could use one of them to gain entrance to the ancient ruin. However, see, she thinks we can't see her. But Monami is just right there down there in the bottom left corner. Sonia! My lord, you've grown up so much! Yeah. Secretly. If those bombs are the same ones that disappeared, it would mean Nagito took them. That's why I knew it was a fake. However, I did think it was strange when Nagito blew up the hotel lobby. That bomb was real, and I could not stop thinking about it. But upon further reflection, that might have been Nagito's plan all along. Also, I just noticed that Kazuichi's in utter agony. He showed us a real bomb to make us believe that the bombs he set were real as well. If so, then Nagito's actions were extremely calculated. But the problem is his reason for doing it. With this, I've explained everything. There should be no more reason for you to doubt me. You're right, I got it. Alright. I was able to find some clues, but there are still so many things I don't understand yet. You look worried. Yeah, I am. At a time like this, it might be good if you broaden your investigation range. You mean, it's good to investigate other places as well. She might be right. There are several things I've been wondering about besides the crime scene. The military base Sony mentioned, Plushie Factory next door, Nezumi Castle where the spear originally came from, and Nagito's room too. If I'm going to understand the reason for his actions, I need to know more about him. I'm pretty sure the others have already finished investigating. Hey, you guys, isn't it about time we leave this place and try exploring other areas too? In response to Chiaki, the others gathered around her. I agree, I was just thinking about proceeding to another area. It seems we have the same idea. But is it safe? There won't be anyone to guard the crime scene. We don't have a choice, there just aren't enough of us. Besides, we've investigated all we can here. I guess you're right. Also, it looks like the clues we found aren't enough to piece this incident together. So, we need to search for them in other areas. Probably. Well, alternatively, if there aren't any clues in other areas either, we'd have to give up completely. You don't really need to say that.
No.
Then it's okay if we leave? Yes, it is, Mini Mekamaru. There's no time for us to stand around. In order to survive, there's no other way except to do it. In order to survive, we need to find Nagito's killer. If we don't sacrifice that person, nobody can survive. That's our reality. That's why there's no time for us to stand around. Alright, we're about to start close to home. Let's go to the factory. Apparently the bombs that were stuffed on this truck were actually fireworks. Which reminds me, this truck looks like it came from the military base. Nagito must have brought it from there. Other than that, there's nothing in particular that catches my eye. Okay. Oh, hi Sonia. That reminds me, when we saw Nagito's video message on this laptop, is he still watching this from somewhere? If he's not, then how did he time his message so perfectly? No, it looks like the video was set to play after the explosion by a wireless signal from the detonator. But why did he have to use a video message? That's the one thing I don't get. At the time, Nagito should have already been killed, which means this video was recorded in advance. That's right, besides the video, that might be data on this laptop that can be used as a clue. With that thought in mind, I tried messing around with the laptop, but it's no use, it's locked. There's no way I can examine this. But if it's locked, then maybe there really is something inside. Maybe I'm overthinking this. Alright, Sonia, what do you have? I have never seen so many Monokumas in my life. Well, Monokuma isn't exactly someone you would normally run into. However, while I was staring at all these Monokumas, a thought occurred to me. The bomb that went off at the lobby might have been set up here. Huh? If you had the bomb inside a Monokuma plushie, it would make a frightening weapon. Do you not think the group that was forcing us to kill each other would have devised something like that? A plushie bomb is an act of terrorism. Let's rip these apart right away so we can confirm it. Hold on. If there was a bomb inside these, it wouldn't explode if we carelessly messed with it? Either way, it is all gravy. I love you. All gravy? What the hell does that mean? Stop! There's no bomb! You'll know it if you just pick me up, see? All you feel is the soft weight of cotton. You're right. Then, where did Nagito obtain the bomb he used? I wonder. If I'm going to give you guys a hint, then you should know it wasn't from the military base. To tell you the truth, the bombs there are all fakes. I know that already. You should have said so earlier. Well, I thought if you kept quiet, it would foreshadow that killing was going to happen. That's why I'm just now telling you for the first time. I feel relieved. But if the bomb wasn't from the military base, or this factory, then he brought it from the Octagon. I must say, you have a good eye there, Sonia. Putting a bomb inside one of my plushies seems like a splendid idea. Let's try it. Did I say something I should not have said? It's not your fault. Don't worry about it. Monokuma is just a horrible person. Although I am going to check the Monokumas. The life-size Monokuma plushies are crammed inside an enormous basket. But it looks like there aren't any clues here. Okay, what about the break room? I only went in there for a split second. Anything inside? Nothing on the floor that looks like a clue, not even trash. Well, alright. Bye, Sonia. Alright, yeah. One of the spears is missing. The spear with the flashy ornament is hanging from the wall. It's definitely it, right? Just as I thought. It looks exactly like the spear that killed Nagito. The same whip-like cord is attached to the handle, and there's a weight at the end of it. Plus, it looks like one of the spears on the wall is missing. There's no mistaking it. The killer that took one of the spears and used it as a weapon. Spear of Gungnir, huh? Monokuma would totally come up with a lame name like that. But why did the killer use the spear and a knife? Yeah, they could have just killed him with a knife, and it would have been easier too. There's no way a spear like this with an unnecessary cord thing on it would be easy to use. Yeah, it definitely looks hard to wield. But still, they chose the spear for a reason. What could that reason be? I feel a little tired. No matter how much I investigate, I don't feel any closer to the truth. That's probably why I feel this way. I'm feeling this strange feeling that I've never felt before. As if Nagito's trying to make us suffer, even after he's died. Well, now's not the time to think about stupid things like that. I haven't even investigated his cottage yet. It's too early to start complaining. If we investigate that place, we might be able to find some sort of clue. Alright, let's go. Spear like that was convenient at all and would have been a pain in the ass to carry around. So why bother using it in the first place? Maybe this spear was actually used for torture too. Torture, huh? Yeah, probably. Although I've already kind of figured it out. I mean, I could be completely wrong, of course, but we don't know. Oh, hey, you guys. Oh, Hajime. Oh my, you want to go inside Nagito's room too? I was just listening to Chiaki's request. She wants me to unlock the door to Nagito's cottage because he really needs it for the class trial. She begged me to do it while she was licking my black eye. Huh? I didn't do that. Then do it. It's sweet because it's made out of black bean paste. Hey, we don't have time to mess around. Hurry up and unlock the damn door. Fine, fine. I guess I have no choice. I just got to do that, right? Now then. Oh yeah, the secret word. See? I've opened the door. You can freely investigate now. This isn't my first time seeing that, but why does the door open with a spell like that? Maybe the cottage key is computerized. More importantly, let's go inside now that the door's open. Yeah, you're right. So, Nagito was living here. What was he thinking about inside this room? What was he feeling as he spent his days in here? I can't even imagine. Wanting to see an absolute hope. Becoming despair so we could act as a stepping stone for the rest of us. No matter how much I think about it, I just don't understand him at all. I don't even know if he truly believed that. He was especially weird these past few days. What changed him? Maybe the clue to that might be hidden here as well. Quite possibly. Maybe it could be the chest that's hidden right here. Also, if you think I did not see that, I do believe that is the final one. I'm still mad that you can't get the rest of them, but I'll replay them later. Our time for investigating is winding down. The bookshelf might have to take some time to investigate, so we should try examining some other areas first. A fancy-looking treasure box covered in sparkling pink lights is totally sitting out. Could this be... It is. The treasure box. Chiaki, you know about this? It's really cute. Oh, she was just reacting. This looks like Monami's stolen treasure box. If this is here, that means the thief Monami was talking about was Nagito. But why would Nagito steal this? In order to find out, it might be good to see what's inside. Is it gonna be okay? Looks a little dangerous. It might be, but this could be some kind of clue, you know? If this wasn't important, Nagito wouldn't have stolen it from Monami in the first place. I turned back toward the treasure box and cautiously opened the lid. Inside there was a notebook. This is it? Why is a notebook inside this treasure box like it's something important? I took the notebook out of the treasure box and began leafing through it. It contained sloppy drawings as if they were drawn by children, and entries that looked like chicken scratch. Day 1. I was able to talk to everyone for the first time today. Monokuma showed up and things turned bad. Day 2. Byakuya is the leader. A lot of things happened, so everyone's tired. What is this, a diary? Looks like it. Did Monami write these? Probably. These pictures and entries totally suit her. I kept flipping through the pages. Day 3, 4, 5... Page after page of poorly written entries continued on in the notebook. I don't really understand, but it looks like there aren't any clues here. And right when I was about to give up, my hand suddenly stopped on the diary on an entry titled Day 16. Day 16. We've been in the funhouse for 3 days. Everyone's hungry and on edge. Hajime tried to go in the final dead room today. He's probably panicking because no one believes him. Huh? Hajime, did something happen? Oh, it's nothing. Hey, stop! Don't look at my notebook! Whoa! From out of nowhere, Monami suddenly appeared and took the notebook out of my hand. Phew, I did ask you to look for my treasure box, but I never said you were allowed to peek inside. Jeez, that was close. If I'd come any later, he would have seen the inside of the notebook. Unfortunately, you were a little too late. But if this notebook's here, then Nagito was the thief? Betrayal! I was betrayed by my beloved students! That notebook. It's pretty much your diary, right? Diary? It seems that way. That's right, this is my important diary where all my maiden secrets are written. Hey, you're a liar. You always show up out of nowhere. Monami, it's not good to lie, you know. Lie? There's no way you wrote in that notebook. After all, Monami can't even write. Huh? What are you saying? Geez, I can write letters easily. I can finally write the letter B. No, you can't, because you have no fingers on your hand. Your dark secrets come out at last. See? Bullseye. I know, because I'm the same way, too. Are you mad? Are you angry that I exposed a weakling like you? So that's what this is about. You're seriously trying to crush me. What are you saying? There's no way Big Brother would ever crush his little sister. Looks like the time to settle things between us is getting closer every second. Hey, I don't know why you're getting so serious, but is what Monokuma said true? He said you didn't write in that notebook. Is that true? If so, who wrote in it? Well, you know, it's, how should I put it? Excuse me. Hold on. Damn it, she totally ran away again. The same pattern as usual. It looks like it's a waste of time to try to get answers from her. But I still really wanted to ask her about that notebook. Well, actually, it might be better that I didn't ask her. So, what was the point of that? I'm gonna look at that again, hold on. I want to make sure I have the right thing. According to okay, the diary that Monami updated every day, or did she? According to Monokuma, Monami can't even write. She was able to talk to... There's specifics about it, but I don't understand. Oh. Bookshelf. There's lots of books arranged here. Did Nagito bring these from the library? In addition to the books, there's a bunch of random crap stuffed onto the shelf. It might take a lot of time for us to thoroughly go through that stuff. Let's just leave it for later. Okay, fine. Let's check his bed. It's the bed that comes with the cottage. Looks just like the one in my room, but... maybe there's something hidden under his bed. That's the usual place for hiding things. Yeah, like porn. Just, you're very nonchalant about that, Hajime. Well, we should still check it just in case. With no expectations, no without thinking, I peeked under the bed and... There's something here. It's a plastic bag from the supermarket. Looks like there's something inside. What's this? Looks like a gas mask and rubber gloves. These look like the real deal. Did he get these from the military base? Gas mask and rubber gloves. He was hiding these under his bed. What did Nagito use this stuff for? I don't know. Was there anything else under the bed? Let's see. I peeked under the bed and started looking around the area where I found the supermarket bag, and there's a small piece of paper on the floor. A piece of paper made of blue aluminum? A round, thin piece of aluminum, huh? It's similar to those seals that go over jars of unopened mayonnaise. I get what you're saying, but does that mean this is just a piece of trash? Who knows? Might be too soon to decide that. Okay. Oh, of course, the fridge. Nice. My cottage doesn't even have a fridge. I wonder where he got it from. Nagito probably supplied it himself. Why would he go to the trouble of putting a refrigerator in his room? Does he really enjoy cold drinks? As I talked with Chiaki, I opened the fridge out of curiosity. Yeah, I kind of expected it was poison. There really isn't much inside. The only thing inside the fridge was a brown bottle. For someone who likes cold drinks, it doesn't look like he stocked very much. But that bottle clearly isn't a drink, right? Really? Looks like some dietary supplement to me. Protein powder, maybe? I took the brown bottle out of the fridge and started reading the label. Exclusively made for poisoning someone to death. This is poison! How would you... Hajime. Why do you look at that and think, well, I mean, it looks like a dietary supplement. Looks like protein powder. Sakura would be very proud, though. Poison! Looks like there's a warning label on the back. Let's examine it in a little more detail. But be careful with the bottle. Don't drop it. Stop it. If you wear it like that, I'm gonna get nervous. I grabbed the bottle with my trembling hand and began to read the warning label on the back of the bottle. Poison made specifically for killing someone. It's Monokuma's special poison. This enchanted liquid is highly potent and takes effect immediately. Please handle with care. Though its volatility is low, this liquid is very dangerous when vaporized. In a gaseous state, it's heavier than air. It breaks down in minutes and is susceptible to hydrolysis. So it's possible for you to poison someone to death without any complications. Keep this liquid secure by storing it in a cool place in a glass or plastic container away from sunlight. This sure does like a chemical that made solely for poisoning someone to death. This fridge must be here to keep the poison secure. But where did Nagito get something like this? That question could apply to the bomb used at the hotel, too. Apply to the bomb? There should be a reason Nagito was able to obtain such dangerous items. The octagon inside the funhouse. This poison. He must have brought it with him from there too, right? He was probably hiding them somewhere on his body during the last class trial. He was hiding a bomb and poison during the class trial? Jeez, how dangerous. What would he have done if he accidentally tripped and broke the bottle? Just thinking about it scares me. Also, he already blew up the bomb he took with him at the lobby. What about this poison? Huh? It looks like the bottle is less than half empty. Was it like this from the beginning? Or did Nagito use it? If so, where did he use it? I wonder, is there still a trap somewhere that hasn't been sprung yet? Another trap? For example, maybe he was making some kind of trap using this poison before he died. If that actually exists, it'd be real bad. It could potentially kill everyone on this island. Everyone on the island? What the hell? Nagito, are you still trying to make us suffer? Are you still trying to make us suffer even after you've died? Well, so now we know that he has poison. Let's check the view. The dastardly view. No? How about his shower room? Looks like there aren't any clues there. Okay, fine. Now we can check the bookshelf. The genres and the types of items are also random. I can't make any sense of them out whatsoever. They say a shelf is a mirror that reflects a person's heart. I'll do that now. Because if so, my shelf says some weird shit about me. I definitely don't know much about Nagito just by looking at this. So what should we do? It'd be real difficult to look through all these piles. It doesn't mean we should ignore it, though. I'll leave it to you then, Hajime. Wait, what? It's better if a boy goes through another boy's things. You know, there might be private stuff here. Well, that might be true, but... So, I'll leave the shelf to you. I think I just got persuaded to do this without realizing it. It's because she's a master. She's got this. She can play you like a fiddle, Hajime. I sighed and walked towards the shelf. One by one, I started removing the various books and items and examining each one. But even as I examined them carefully, they were still a bunch of random books and items. There's no way there are clues here. Huh? Well, that file wasn't the only one I received from Monokuma. This is another one. Indeed, it's the school badge of Hope's Peak Academy. Does that have information about our stolen memories? Unfortunately, I couldn't find any clues about that. This file doesn't contain our information, just Hajime's information, which is bullshit. Nagito said this only contained information about me, but is it really true? If I look at this, it should be obvious, right? And he said I was from the reserve department and had no talent whatsoever. That might be another one of his lies too. I opened the file I held in my hands to confirm that. Instantly I realized something was strange. If this really only had my information, then why is this file so thick? As soon as I opened it, it was clear to me. Just as I thought, Nagito had lied to me. Aside from my information, there was information about the others. Kazuichi, Fuyuhiko, Akane, and Sonia. And everyone who died had pages of information about them too. The file contained information on all 16 of us. Only my information, my ass. I can't believe he makes up such a strange lie. So that means the rest of it might be a lie too? I turned to the page containing my information and began reading through the content. The profile contained basic information such as my date of birth, my height, weight, so forth. But there was one thing that specifically caught my eye. The words Reserve Corps Student. There was no denying it. It confirmed that I truly was a Reserve Corps student from the Reserve Department. Why is this the only thing that isn't a lie? Why am I the only one here who's from the Reserve Department? Why am I here with all the other Ultimates? Hajime, did something happen? Well, I just found a strange file. Isn't that the special prize Nagito received when he cleared the final bedroom? As I recall, your student profile should be in there. It's not just my profile. Profiles of everyone on this island are here, too. Nagito was lying. When you say everyone, do you mean everyone? Yeah, it's just basic information, but there should be profiles for all 16 of us. Can I take a look at that file? Chiaki leaned against me and peered into the file. Yep, it's true. Yeah, unfortunately this isn't a yearbook. Yeah, that's true. Hold on. What happened? I just noticed it right now, but... Byakuya? He's probably talking about Byakuya. So what if a name isn't written in that file? Perhaps based on that, you think he might be the traitor? No, it's not just because his name isn't written in here. It's not the only reason I think he's suspicious. He participated in the killing school life at Hope's Peak Academy, right? For someone like him to be in a similar situation on this island, no matter what, it's definitely suspicious. Well, it pains me to say this, but what you're saying about the missing name and about the killing school life, it's totally wrong. There's a completely different reason. A different reason? How should I put this? You guys have been we're all worked up about that Byakuya for no reason. Which means the great mystery that you think surrounds that Byakuya doesn't exist. You're basing it on one person's cheap speculation. What do you mean? You don't have to ask me that. You'd know the answer just by looking through those profiles, right? Huh? My eyes turned back to the file. One by one, I started flipping through the pages and confirming the names. And suddenly, I came across a page that was filled with question marks. Every section was filled with question marks. It could barely be considered a student profile. On that page, I was only able to confirm one thing. Ultimate Imposter. So, obviously he wasn't Byakuya. I think I kind of picked up on that a while ago. But... the Ultimate Imposter? That's that Byakuya's true identity. True identity? He was a fake that was pretending to be the ultimate affluent progeny, Byakuya Togami. A fake? The fact that his profile is filled with question marks isn't a mistake or an oversight. Surprisingly enough, that's the correct information regarding him. The Ultimate Imposter has no name, no permanent address, and even his age and gender is unknown. Basically, he doesn't exist. Because he doesn't exist, he's able to exist as anybody. That's his talent, though I'm not jealous of that at all. That person wasn't really Byakuya Togami? Is that why he was so much fatter compared to when he was involved in the killing school life? His physique doesn't affect his ability to fool others at all. Real imposters are skilled like that. Then he was lying to us the whole time? But he couldn't help it. What? Why couldn't he help it? 'Cause that was his talent. Huh? Well, having talent means you're also bound to that talent. The moment you attain talent, your way of life has already been chosen for you. You can't do anything else except rely on that talent. Regardless of whether you want that life or not. In that sense, compared to the other Ultimates, your life might be a bit more liberating. What the hell? Anyway, I'm not happy that you guys fell for a scam that I had nothing to do with. So I'll tell you straight up, this revolution about Byakuya is exactly the truth. Then, what was he trying to say to me at that time? I cannot talk to others about my past. I suspect that my skeptical nature is partly to blame. Distrusting others and being distrusted in turn, for a long time my life has been a living hell. Based on that context, if I had to guess, maybe he was just complaining that he was cursed to wander the earth as nothing more than a fraud? But if you guys had your school memories, you never would have been betrayed in the first place. I mean, it'd be different if you were meeting him for the first time. But since you guys went to Hope's Peak Academy, you should have known about the Ultimate Imposter already. So in the end, it all leads back to memory loss. Geez, the Future Foundation sure is awful. There's no way you should ignore Monami or the traitor. Who is it? Who's the traitor? Just from looking at these 16 profiles, I still wouldn't know who's from the Future Foundation. Is there really someone like that? Well, obviously you wouldn't know. I made the file so you guys couldn't find out. So it's just as I thought. You're the one who did it. The fact that there are 16 profiles in there is what's wrong. I mean, the traitor is a spy sent by the Future Foundation, not a student from Hope's Peak Academy. You made a fake profile for a traitor included in here? It wouldn't be fun if you figured out who the traitor was so easily, right? Then we can't use this file to figure out who the traitor is. That was true for Nagito too, right? Well, probably. So he figured it out. It's dripping with despair, isn't it? You wasted your precious time on something that isn't even a clue. Was that a wise decision? Time's up, you know. Time's up. Wait. Excuse me for a moment. The chime just now. Yes, it is time.
生物にとって最も大切なものとは何か。僕は時間じゃないかと思うんだ。ほら、預金通帳は減ったり増えたりするけど、時間は常に減っていく一方でしょ。だから僕らは時間を大切にしないといけないんだ。時間の無駄遣いほどもったいない行為はないからね。 というわけで、時間です。最後の学級裁判を始めるので、モノクマロックに集合してください。ぷぷぷぷ、じゃあまた後でね。
The last class trial? He said that, right? He said last class trial. Yeah, I heard it too. He really did say it was the last class trial. What do you think? Should we believe him? Monokuma seemed anxious about the Monokuma timer earlier, right? 2 more days? And he said something about the killing school trip ending, right? Based on the time limit, this might definitely be the last one. But I can't imagine it's the real end. Huh? I think Monokuma's real plan might be just beyond that. His real plan? Is Monokuma still planning to make us do something? What could it be? Maybe, after putting us through all this, he's planning on to kill the remaining survivors all at once? But still, it's not a good idea to think about it too much, I think. I think we should focus on the class trial that's waiting for us first. You're right. The class trial for Nagito's murder. We're pretty screwed. I haven't collected my thoughts because we were so focused on this file. I still can't see who killed Nagito. Well, you don't have to worry too much. Huh? I mean, we're not fighting this alone, you know? You're right. You're absolutely right. We're not alone. Even if it's a mystery that can't be solved alone, as long as everyone cooperates and works together, yeah, if we do that, things will turn out fine. Looks like everyone's here. Huh? Is this it? Shouldn't there be more people? Stop it, you're making me depressed. Good job, Mini Mekamaru. So it's going to happen again. The cruel conflict where we must doubt our friends. But once we're through with this, we can go back, right? The Monokuma bastard said so, didn't he? He said this is the last class trial. But we've been tricked every step of the way. There's no way I can believe that so easily. Why can't you believe it? The guy who's making us do all this is the one saying it, you know? That's why I'll definitely survive. If we can really go home after we deal with this class trial, I'll definitely find out who the killer is, no matter what, even if I have to pull out all the stops. What the fuck? Why are you here? You haven't realized it yet? That feeling of wanting to leave this island. Thinking like that is Monokuma's trap, you know?
Huh?
What are you saying? There's no way Monokuma will end things here. He's planning something far worse. Stop trying to jinx us. Damn right, stupid rabbits should just shut up. Everyone, you mustn't run away from despair. Huh? I finally realized after losing my powers. I've realized that cursing your powerlessness or your fate accomplishes nothing. The possibility may be small, but as long as there's a possibility, you must face it. In order to become someone who can be proud of yourself. So I'll fight. What's her deal? I don't really know, but she seems different from before. Maybe she read a self-help book. But her eyes, she looked so determined. What can you tell just by looking at those button eyes? Anyway, make sure you turn off Minimaru. It'd be annoying if you started talking during the trial. Ah, fine. Somehow I understand what Monami's saying, I think. Anyway, let's get going. To the last class trial. You're right, we need to fight as much as we can. No matter what hopeless truth awaits us in the end. This is the end. I kept saying those words to myself over and over again. I entered Monokuma Rock. This elevator ride. This will be the last time for this too, right? I hope so. Let's worry about things after we're finished. More importantly, we must focus on the class trial before us. killer managed to kill someone like Nagito, there's no way this is going to go smoothly. I mean, I still can't believe one of us was able to do that. Nagito was problematic in so many ways, but he was also a valuable asset during the trials. Yeah, you're right. In fact, during the Funhouse ordeal, we were completely dependent on him. But even if he's gone, the ones who survived need to stand and fight. We must fight. And then the door opened slowly. This bright light greeting us. Is that the light of hope? Or the light of despair? Well then, now that the Chatterbox Nagito is gone, there are only 6 of you left. Enough, just fucking start this already. Hey, this is it, right? This is really the last class trial, right? Yep, sure is. So you gotta show some enthusiasm to make sure you give it your all. Didn't I tell you? He said it, this is the end. Now then, let's get this trial started. This is the last class trial. Let's show some enthusiasm, kill each other. This is the 5th class trial. According to Monokuma, this is also the last class trial. That curtain is about to rise. Nagito Kamaida, the ultimate lucky student. When I first met him, I thought he was a nice guy. He came across as very sociable. But his true nature held such demented thought process that was nothing like his outward appearance. He said he believed in hope more than anything else. He said he was yearning for a powerful hope that can overcome any despair. He said he would even help despair just to prove that hope would never lose to despair. And he said he'd become a stepping stone for hope. His way of thinking was completely screwed up. But there were also times he saved us too. Someone like him was killed. That was the end of him. And I have no idea at all who did it, but there's no way we can end this without knowing. We'll be consumed by despair. That's why we absolutely have to find out. Holy shit, Chiaki, you're the only one left alive on this screen. The person who finished off Nagito. The killer who murdered Nagito. In order to return from this despair alive, we need to reach the truth. If Monokuma says this is really the last class trial, that's all the more reason we need to do this. And so, this life-threatening trial, billowing with hope and despair, the last one, has begun.